Welcome to our video for Chapter 2, Solving Inequalities with Adding and Subtracting. This is the first of a couple videos that exist outside of our textbook. Our textbook doesn't include lessons on inequalities, but they are an important part of this unit. Let's start off with vocabulary. Inequality. An inequality is an open math sentence containing less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. These four symbols are going to be used in place of an equal sign. One piece that we're going to need is set builder notation. This is something we use in place of trying to say that these are all the possible numbers that could be our answer. But for an inequality, our answers aren't just one number. They are actually an infinite set of numbers that start at whatever our answer is. And the set builder notation allows us to say that. It creates a math sentence that states our answer is any number as long as that number is, whether it's less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to some number. So it's just a way for us to display our answer. And it's something that we need to recognize because on standardized testing, you never know what you're going to see. And we need to know that those brackets you see actually represent when it is a set of numbers. And that's exactly what we're talking about, a set of numbers. Let's look ahead at some examples to see what we're doing. Now I'm covering up some of the steps, but here's what we're going to do. First off, I have this inequality that says 22 is greater than m minus 8. You also see how I have something that says number line rules. We are actually going to use number lines in order to show our answer for these inequalities. This is something you would have done in elementary school, and we are bringing it into and connecting it to our lessons. Let's first talk about how to solve this example. If we follow our gut instinct, chances are you think back to solving equations, where in order to get m by itself, I would add 8 on the right and then add 8 on the left. If you need to, just like we did before, you can put a line straight down to split our inequality into two sides in order to help organize your work. When the left simplifies, I get 30 is greater than, and on the right, I'm left with m. One key thing for inequalities is the following. We want to always write our answer on the left. I'm going to take my m and have it switch sides with the 30 so that m is on the left. And now we need to think of our symbol. We started off with 30 is greater than m. If I turn that around, that means that m is still smaller than 30. So I'm going to use the less than symbol and then write my 30. This is going to help us more accurately graph this answer. Next, I'm going to write it using our set builder notation. So our answer is the set of numbers m such that m is less than 30. So our answer is any number m as long as m is less than 30. The final piece is a number line. When I make number lines, I like to put the number I got as my answer in the middle. And then from left to right, I'm going to count by whatever interval I choose. Maybe for this one, I count by fives. So going to the right, I'd be increasing, so 35, 40. To the left, I'll be decreasing, so 25 and 20. And now I'm going to go ahead and graph my answer. Here's how it's going to go. My answer says less than. When we look at the number line rules, that means I'm going to start right here with an open circle on 30. And then I want to mark all the numbers that are less than 30. So think about which direction I have to go. My numbers get smaller or less than as I go to the left on a number line. So I want to mark that by shading in or somehow marking the left side of my inequality. And so these are the rules you're going to follow in order to set up all of your solutions. Let me go ahead and uncover the steps so you can write them down. At this point, pause the video, write down your steps, and then press play to continue. So 2 more examples. Starting with m plus 19 is greater than or equal to 56. For those of you that need to, I'm going to split this down so I have 2 sides. I'm going to start with the m plus 19. In order to move that 19 to the other side, I use the opposite of addition, so I subtract and I subtract. On the left, I'm left with m. I'll have greater than or equal to, and then I look at the 56 minus 19. 56 minus 19 is 37, so I get the answer that m is greater than or equal to 37. Now I need to ask myself, is my variable, is the letter on the left side? Luckily for us, it already is, so I'm going to skip that step and move along to writing the set builder notation. Our answer is any number m as long as m is greater than or equal to 37. That means our answer could be 37 or 38 or 39 and so on. Let's indicate that with a number line. 37. Let me clean this up. Decided I'd count by ones this time. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put a circle at 37. Since we have greater than or equal to, I'm going to go ahead and shade it in, because that means 37 is one of my possible answers. And now for greater than, that means I need numbers like 38, 39, and so forth. So I'm going to go ahead and color in the right side of my number line. My final example. 3a plus 6 is less than or equal to 4a. As we talked about when solving equations, we need to get all the a's on one side and all the regular numbers on the other. And a hint for this section is that most examples we give you, we start by moving the smallest piece with the a on it. That's this 3a. The 3a is positive, so I'm going to go ahead and subtract 3a on both sides. I bring down my 6, my less than or equal to, then I'm left with 1a. Now I need to ask myself, is my letter on the left side? Since it is not, I'm going to go ahead and write it on the left. Since it was 6 is less than, the 6 still needs to be smaller, so A is greater than or equal to 6. And now I'm going to look at writing this using set builder notation. My answer is any number A as long as A is greater than or equal to 6. Those are numbers like 6, 7, 8, and so on. So I'm going to go ahead and make a number line. I'm going to start by putting a 6. And maybe this time we count by 3s, just to be different. Since it is greater than or equal to 6, I put a closed circle on the 6. Greater than means I'm going to go ahead and shade it to the right. Now I'm going to go ahead and project 2 more examples for you to try on your own. Write down these 2 examples in your notebook and bring them to class tomorrow if you have any questions.